My name is Robert Abbott. I'm a marine biologist. Earned my doctorate at the University of Washington, primarily looking at aquaculture and fisheries management type issues. And I've been working all over the world in fisheries and natural resource restoration. But about 6 years ago, I became involved with the Marin Rod and Gun Club, the habitat restoration effort. So that led to an effort to do restoration of the native oyster. We started looking at how do you create the habitat that will benefit the native oyster. And so we got a small grant from the Fish America Foundation, and we tried 3 different methods of putting out oyster shell here at the club to see what was kind of the most efficient way to create habitat. But in order to get a lot of oyster shells out efficiently, we just went to the mound method. And a mound was 15 to 30 bags of oyster shells, each bag weighing about 20 pounds, and stacking these bags up in just kind of a big dome. And we really are able to get a lot of material out very efficiently, and we got lots and lots of oysters. And our most recent monitoring effort, it looked like we have well in excess of 300,000 native oysters on our artificial reef here. So this is the project is kind of growing, but what we noticed was that not only were we getting baby oysters, we were getting crabs and shrimp and tunicates and spawning gobies, and herring were spawning on our reef. And this began to make more sense. These artificial reefs that we were building were really ecological centers of activity. They became places where a lot of organisms that don't do well on mudflats would be able to do very well in their life cycle. And we also put out some acoustic listening devices around our reef to see if any of the tagged sharks or green sturgeon, steelhead, or salmon that were being acoustically tagged by different agencies, if they came to our reef. And we found out just terrific good news. We found that in our first year we had 5 late fall Chinook smolts, several steelhead, and a green sturgeon came to the reef. And some of these fish actually spent enough time at the reef to suggest they were foraging. They were actually finding food to eat. But also we've been experimenting with the eelgrass. And there was no eelgrass in this particular part of San Pablo Bay for many, many decades. And Dr. Kathy Boyer, San Francisco State University, did some studies, different methods, and now we have quite a bit of eelgrass. And what's notable is the eelgrass that is planted in amongst our oyster reefs are also doing very well. And there may be some synergy. After all, the oysters are filtering the water a bit. That may allow for more light penetration or a little bit more protection in some way for the eelgrass. But in any case, we have a lot of eelgrass in this area where we didn't have any before.